us see role of distributed generation in smart grid. So distributed generation plays vital role in smart grid. So it is a natural extension of smart grid. The ability for on-site decentralized power generation helps in reducing the peak load, as we have discussed, based on the demand response. Hence, better system management can be done in central grid. In future, why it is done? Because central grid may have some problems to provide the power in isolated areas, or central grid may have some loading, especially during peak hours. So, if you have microgrid installed at some locations, you can have that load that is to be curtailed from the central grid and may get fed with the microgrid. So that automatically the burden of central grid will get reduced. In future, especially, both the smart grid and what we can have the decentralized microgrid will run hand in hand. That is our in future we are having the vision like this. So the generation is back to the utilities from whom they buy power, utilities providing the additional revenue stream. As far as our future in 2040 is concerned, that we are having the massive what we can have decentralization of electrical power system. You may have n number of power players will be there playing in the system. So you are having various choice of getting power from different peoples, different companies, and that is what we have the power market well established in that. So all these we need to help central grid along with central smart grid along with microgrid. Definitely this will help utilities to reduce the need of massive investment in building new high voltage transmission lines. That also, because it reduces the natural burden on the lines, and you need not require to upgrade the lines or install new transmission lines to carry the power over longer distance. You may not require to go for higher or bigger size power plants that is to be installed, which are especially using fossil fuels, and what we can have major carbon emission and environmental issues are there. Then limitation of this fuel is also there. So locally we can generate the power with solar, biomass generators, with microgrid, with micro sources, micro resources, and we may have the decentralized grid that will supply to the load to the local area, and if it is available more power conveniently, these sources will feed to the national or central grid also. So this is what the entirely what we are looking in future. We are reducing line losses, efficiency of transmission also increases. So this is a bigger role of what we can say the distributed generation as far as microgrid concept is there. Some key features of microgrid: it is ability to separate and isolate. I just told you it can work in both mode. Okay. So you can have the microgrid can automatically resynchronize. Microgrid can be automatically resynchronized or desynchronized itself based on the requirement by using smart grid concept. So utility grid returns to normal functioning. It reconnects itself to the grid. It is an equally seamless fashion. It is additionally reduces the carbon emission and supports to the environment, sustainable livelihood. So that is the importance of this. And distributed generation in India. Some examples. We are having renewable energy technologies which we have employed in number of decentralized power projects. The future particularly we have, that is solar and wind. We can see now in many places in our nearby places also we are having solar power plants are installed, wind power plants are installed, wind turbines are installed. So these are the available to you now. The figures what we have that give some options for the decentralized power generation as far as India is concerned. In typical Indian rural areas, especially the microgrid can provide clean, reliable, affordable, sustainable, scalable electrical power. And in some remote places also, you can have these microgrids. That is the option, because supplying the power with conventional grid to those places, it is very difficult and costly too. So in Indian economy, as far as we have the fuel cost which is rising, and we know that mostly because of the fuel cost, especially आपल्याकडे इकॉनॉमी तुम्हाला माहित आहे की इट इज व्हेरी सिम्पल टू से दॅट पेट्रोल प्राइस डिझेल प्राइस वाढले की आपले सगळे कॉस्ट वाढते नाही का, ते आपल्याला माहित आहे. सो प्राइजिंग फ्युएल कॉस्ट इकॉनॉमिकली what we can have the more cost for the power plant. So individual investment, old infrastructure, conventional power plant, big power plant, it becomes a challenge. So microgrid can deliver such benefits that you are having the renewable power, that renewable energy sources which free of cost. You can have the improved reliability also. You may have now security available also. You may have useful life of electrical infrastructure also. We have battery cells, we have other technologies, smart grid equipments, components we have developed. So that development of basically the smart grid, it is accepted particularly and accelerated by the bringing together all stakeholders, and you can have the smart grid that particularly along with the main grid. This particularly now accepted by state government, central government, utilities, companies, industries, IT companies and all this. So by doing combine, by all of these stakeholders, by working combinedly, may move to the right goal. What we can say, that is particularly the further extension of smart grid with micro resources and distributed generation. Okay, so this is what we have discussed, the distributed generation. Next our topic is smart substation. But before going to this particular smart substation, if you have any doubt, you can ask.